Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning into UND's weather update. My name is Justin Storm. Taking a look at those headlines, we are going to be having a warming trend that we'll see above average temperatures returning here to the Grand Forks region at the end of this week. And we have a chance of snow going into Saturday and then possibly another Arctic blast of cold air going into the end of the first week of February. We'll take a look at this one here towards the end of our show. Right now, outside of Grand Forks, we are looking at mostly cloudy conditions out there. A few very light snow showers out there on and off throughout the afternoon. We're sitting at 0 degrees and factor in winds out of the east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. Those wind chills are getting pretty close to negative 14 out there. As we take a look at those temperatures across the area, we do see upper 20s down towards Rapid City. As we work our way up to the northeast, we're going to slowly begin to cool down to those single digits throughout much of the area and then falling just below 0 along the international border. Winds across the region are around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and you factor those in with our temperatures. Those wind chill values are pretty chilly out there. Looks like Bemidji and Fargo aren't reporting any wind chills right now, but we do see negative 14 in Grand Forks, 13 below in International Falls, single digits into the southern part of Minnesota. So it's a pretty chilly day for everyone out there. Satellite and radar shows mostly cloudy skies throughout the area. A few little pockets of some isolated snow flurries. We'll be looking at these to be on and off throughout the evening hours and going through tomorrow. Going into our futurecast, not much to really talk about except a lot of clouds building throughout much of the area. Within these clouds, we could be looking at a few isolated snow flurries throughout the North Dakota region and western Minnesota. We're going to be looking at these clouds to be sticking around towards the end of the week as we have another low pressure system working its way in out of Montana. This is going to work its way down and track somewhere down through the southern part of the northern Great Plains. Looking like this is mostly going to be affecting southern Minnesota, but we could see a little bit of snow up here in the Red River Valley. As we take a look into our future temperatures, as we go into tonight, we're going to fall around negative 2 degrees by 9 o'clock tonight. Good news is those temperatures are going to slowly increase overnight. I want to point out these little green numbers here are our winds coming out of the southeast, and the blue ones are going to be our wind gusts, just so you can keep track of that going through overnight tonight into tomorrow. We're going to see those temperatures increase to the lower single digits going into tomorrow morning. Throughout the afternoon, we're going to see teens for highs throughout much of our area, winds out of the southeast, southwest throughout much of the area. And then as we go into Thursday night, we'll see them drop back down to the single digits, and then the 20s return to our forecast region going through Friday afternoon. Now with our jet stream, the reason why we're going to be bouncing back to these above average temperatures, we have this little ridge that's starting to build up here. We're going to see this work its way through. It's going to keep us above average going through the end of this week and the beginning of next week. We have a secondary ridge that starts to build off towards the western part of the United States. That's going to work its way in, keep us above average for that first part of February. But then on the back side of it, we have this little dip down here all the way down to the southern Great Plains towards Texas. We're going to see some colder air start to sink its way down out of Canada, and it's going to fill into this little bubble. We could be looking at another Arctic outbreak into the end of the first week of February. Tonight in Grand Forks, we're going to see a low temperature of negative 6. That's going to quickly increase to around 0 overnight tonight. It's going to be mostly cloudy out there with some light snow flurries on and off overnight tonight with winds around 5 to 10 out of the southeast. As we take a look at our temperatures across the region, we're going to see fairly similar temperatures for lows. Again, these lows are only going to be temporary as we see them increase overnight tonight. Do want to point out where there aren't any clouds up here in the northwestern part of Minnesota, temperatures as low as negative 20 overnight tonight. As we go into tomorrow, we'll see a high of 17 in Grand Forks. Again, possibility of some light snow flurries. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with winds around 10 to 15, gusting to 25 out of the southeast. And our forecast region, we're going to see 20s and teens and mostly cloudy conditions throughout much of the forecast region. And for a 7-day forecast, again, we do have that 30% chance of snow going into Saturday with a high of 27. We're going to be sticking above average all the way through the end of this week and going to the beginning of next week. And it looks like the sun's going to start to pop back out going into the Monday and Tuesday.